Hey everybody, welcome back. It's Steve. Today we're going to be changing out the air filters on a 2006 Toyota Camry. This is my daughter's car, her Dentmobile as we call it. We put this out in the driveway so that burglars think that the house is already being burglarized. When they see this car, oh, I guess we're too late. So anyway, this is going to be a quick job. We're going to do the engine first, and then we'll do the cabin, and let's get started. Luckily, this is something that even I can do. Okay, to get started, we'll first release the hood latch down under the dashboard to the left, pull, and you should hear it release. And then the hood itself has a secondary latch that you'll need to release and open up the hood. Okay, the air filter in this vehicle is located inside of this hard plastic housing, which is secured really by just 2 screws, and then it kind of rocks up and you'll have access to it. So, and I say screws, it's more of a nut. It happens to be a 10mm nut, so if you have a handy little tool like this, it makes it pretty easy. If you don't have one, you can use pliers. It's just a little bit harder to do. So we're just going to unscrew this. And I will note that you don't have to remove the screw altogether. I'm not even sure you can. It just needs to be up far enough so that it frees it from the housing. So we'll do the other side as well. And there, see? I didn't remove either one, it just lifts right up, okay? And there's our filter right here, ready to be replaced, and pretty dirty. You can see that. Now again, you take this to the Jiffy Lube, they bring this thing out and they tell you how dirty it is no matter how dirty it is, but this one actually is pretty dirty, so we're going to swap it out today, alright? Alright, so this filter, which looks kind of the same no matter how you look at it, if you look closely, there's actually a top and a bottom and a front and a back. So the bottom has a groove that goes around the fringe of the filter. So if you see that groove, the top side does not have that. This has a little groove that you need to know and identify as the bottom. Then the front, you'll see 2 sort of rectangular protrusions from the fringe, and that means that you're on the front. The back side just has a groove that goes all the way along without that rectangular interruption. So we're going to open up our box and we're going to drop that in there, and you can see in the box why these rectangular things matter. You'll see them there, and that's what they're going to line up with and drop right into place. Okay, once that's in, we'll close up our box. You might need to make sure your hinge is in place, so I've done that, and now it should just close nicely to the point where we can tighten up our screws or our nuts. All right, and there we go. All right, with the engine filter done, we can move on to our cabin filter. All right, we're going to start off by opening our glove box, remove any of the contents, of course, and the glove box is held in place by a little arm over here that is secured by a single screw, Phillips screw. So I have the Phillips screwdriver, we'll remove that. Okay, once we've removed that screw and pulled the arm away, we're going to press either side of the glove box itself, and that will allow it to clear the sides that are holding it in place. So that will just drop down, and it's just held on there by these plastic latches, so it may just fall away, which is fine. You can set it aside. Now once you're inside the glove box, you'll see a plastic covering. That's where the filter is, right behind there. So we're going to come on to either side and push that in. And then that will pull away. Now look at that. That is a serious situation. This filter has not been replaced in a long time. It looks like we might even have some mice living in here, so we're going to need to deal with that as well. But this is boy, that's a mess. And if you look inside here, all kinds of debris. So we're going to need to get in there, clean that out, vacuum that out, and get that dealt with as well. Wow. All right, so for our new filter, we're going to use an EcoGuard XC35479 for this 2006 Toyota Camry. You'll see on the side of the filter airflow up, in this case, right there. So we want to line that up with the markings on our housing, where it says, you see here, if you can see it, it's tough to see, it says up. So we want to line up with up. And that's going to slide in there on either side. Fit it around the tabs here, and then you should be all set. Now notice that the filter goes vertical like that, okay? All right, so this is ready to go back in the car. But before we do that, we need to vacuum out that rat's nest or mouse nest that's in there, so let's do that next. All right, we're going to take our new filter, make sure that we are facing up. Here's our up arrow. So that's going to go back in. We're just going to slide that straight back and push. Now, as you do that, sometimes the wires are in a little bit too close, so just make sure you don't push any wires out of the way. So slide that in, clear all the wires out of the way, and that's it. You're good to go. Our next step is to put our glove box back together. And like I said, you can see the teeth here. It just connects here. It'll snap into place. All right, so the last thing, we got to restore our screw on our little arm here. It's worth noting that this arm has a elasticity to it, a spring built into it. So you might have to sort of grab a hold of it and fish it out, and then line it up with your screw hole. And then it just fits over top. All right. So once that's in place, we can add our screw. And your glove box should be back in business. Perfect. Okay, well, we hit a couple bumps along the way in this video, but we got it done. We got two filters replaced, the engine filter and the much needed cabin air filter, both taken care of in pretty quick time. So I will say that this car had a lot of warning signs that there was a mouse or rat problem. In fact, we actually saw a rat in the engine compartment at one point, and we took some steps to get rid of it. But some of the symptoms that you might notice, like this here on the top where you see all the insulation, that's all because a mouse or a rat has come in here and used that to make a nest. Some of that material was found in the filter when we swapped it out. So you see that, you know you got a rat problem. I'll probably do a separate video on this. You know, I'm not big on killing anything, any mice or rats or anything. I certainly don't want to use poison. I don't like those terrible traps that like smash the rat with a spring-loaded thing. So what I use to get rid of the problem we had here was one of these units by Victor, and that works pretty good, especially for bigger mice or rats. But this one I actually like better because it does both the big and the small mice. So this is the Ultra. I'll put links for both of these in the description below. Now this video isn't about rat traps, it's about filters. We covered that, we did it. It's something that even I can do, so you can do it too. I hope this video was helpful. If it was, please tell your friends, your kids, or whoever, and hit that like button, subscribe, buy our products down listed in the description through the Amazon links. All those things really help us out and are greatly appreciated. So until next time, this is Steve for Things That Even I Can Do.